be famous. You want to know what famous looks like? Spending all your days on the computer trying to be famous.
So we are covering Red Bar. We're covering, actually, Jesse P.S. covering Red Bar. We're watching it live right now. Actually, it's a little behind, but he's live. And I just want to see what the coverage is. I want to see if it's hate, if it's respect. Is this a love stream, a hate stream? We'll find out together.
Figuring out how to get Instagram
on HB tonight.
And by the way, they're running bots and programs and scripts. Anyone with a lot of followers, that's what they do all day. They're tending to this all day. Don't you see? It's not luck. It's not the best guy gets the most followers. It's the worst guy gets the most.
Well, here's the next thing.
He is cloud chasing, hoping that he will reach that level eventually. And it's a parasitic style of cloud chasing. That's what the fuck it is.
I'm not a sick individual who's like, oh, I want to be in show business. I want people screaming my name.
Red Bar in the Wild, if you could get us in the wild, get another podcast to talk about us.
Play him the tape of me.
Get somebody to tweet about us.
You are our propaganda arm.
You could receive $100.
Okay, we paid for him, but so what? Most people don't know that.
Right.
Stars, big names.
We will roll out the red carpet, and they will like this.
So he's saying that he's obviously in his late stage Howard Stern era.
It's just a drama channel now.
How do we get the word out?
We've just been getting mentioned by famous people. That's all it takes to make people think we're blowing up.
So set up a fake Twitter account. Become 10 different people. I don't give a shit.
Our numbers have not, they're going down.
They're forgetting about it. And I'm pissed.
That's marketing. That's false advertising. That's hype. And we showed you how hype works.
Play tape of me on the air talking about Eddie and singing along to Jeremy Spoke.
I'm a princess. I'm divisive. Don't know why I'm like this.
Whitney Cummings was doing jack shit when we found her.
Yeah, Cummings, Whitney's biological sister, sometimes watches this show.
And they will get their asses kissed.
It really reminds me of Dasha and her new boyfriend from Red Scare.
Wow.
He said Red Scare is basically Red Bar. That's what he said.
And it will make a difference.
Tip about celebrities and stuff. We don't read our Facebook comments, of course.
Fuck Facebook!
It's just constantly me.
Oh, yeah.
Me. It's all about, does everybody like me? It's a sickness. It's a sickness that I have never been programmed with. I shouldn't even be doing a show because shows are for sick people. Any celebrity you see is a sick person.
I've been suffering from this autoimmune illness for
so he is a sick person.
Joel, 7 years or so.
I hear that a lot, that I'm not good anymore because I'm woke.
The one thing I think people are very worried about is Mike Different. Is he woke now?
If woke means that I support people who want to be transgender.
Red Bar is not against trans people. Can you believe it?
She was a man, she became a woman.
I know 2 transgender people, both of them care for me a great deal, so I care for them.
The woman was fascinating.
Trans people are pretty fucking chill.
But I love your passion about gay issues.
The people are
See, I feel like Red Bar says, like, he supports trans people, but he also makes fun of them. He pretty much does, like, the whole spectrum of, analysis.
Just with this trans thing, and they're getting madder and madder about it. Even now, me talking about it like I'm talking now, I will get emails.
Yeah, that's right.
We continually made our mission to talk to a male homophobic
like it's
audience.
2020.
I'm not wanting the trans
like
people
it's
to
2018.
They're done with me.
And convert them, make them understand that their feelings about gay people are backward.
And in any minute now, you're going to go on an anti-trans rant and almost dedicate your whole life. You're willing to turn your back on all your fans.
Or I'm for the vaccine.
And COVID has just damaged the guy, man.
Hypochondriac Mike is back.
He did have a germaphobe kind of problem.
Disposable microfiber cloths. Buy them. You'll love these.
I was polishing up the keyboard. I wipe it clean before each show so there's no fingerprints, so it's nice. My mouse too.
He doesn't know.
I guess the only in criticism I would make of people like Red Bar and or Howard Stern is it's not edgy now to support trans people. Maybe if you supported trans people in 1999, when it was like super underground and like looked down upon, that would be a more of a cool thing. At this point, you kind of are, accept. It's like smoking weed now. It's not that cool or edgy to smoke weed in 2024. Maybe if you did it in, again in 1999, it's more underground. You got to go to a dealer, all that shit. So times change, and it feels like they're jumping on board when it's safe to say these things.
Know anyone in his basement. He doesn't speak to anyone.
I want lockdowns forever, right? I love lockdown.
Well, dude, call me woke as you want.
People are worried about the content. Has he changed?
I am woke, and I love it.
This show called the H3 Podcast. Do people know what this is?
Before that, our smoke detector battery started chirping. The battery at our smoke detector is low.
The guy who hosts it, who is he? And how did this become a thing?
And it woke up, thankfully, to the chirping of the smoke detector.
I just thought he was a regular white guy.
As a comic, it's always good to be independent of the, parties. You don't want to be too liberal. You don't want to be too conservative. You just want to be a human being outside of all of that.
Now, this thing will chirp until you go up there and press the button.
So are these two like Israelis or what are they?
It makes a loud beep.
What is this about? Where did he come from? What is he? Because he's not a comedian.
And then it stops chirping.
His wife keeps being like, that was so sick.
Yeah, they're all saying they're deranged.
What?
She's deranged.
We're going to change the entire compound. We're going to clean it up.
Their set looks like Howard Stern.
I'm being ripped off again, Robin.
That shot, that's Howard Stern ripoff.
We got a studio makeover. Looks beautiful.
Like that logo.
Boy, that looks very nice.
It is interesting.
And the purple couch.
Look at the couch. I didn't even notice that.
Wait, are they saying that? Wait, hold on. Is Howard talking about H3?
Studio makeover. Looks beautiful.
Like that logo.
Boy, that looks very nice.
It is interesting.
And the purple couch.
Look at the couch. I didn't even notice that.
Aha!
And I got a new mic. Yeah, I got a new mic.
All right, if you are gonna rip off somebody, might as well be Howard Stern, right? Like he's the best at, at that time he was the best. Maybe Red Bar has taken over for the best podcast/radio set, but at the time, there was no other show that had quite the beautiful TV-ready type of appearance as the Howard Stern show.
And it turns out the only other person to have this microphone is Howie, Howard Kaser. And Jules has SM7B, just like Robbo. We are not Howard Stern fans,
Wow.
But look what I got going on behind me.
cut back to that stage, Jules. Animatronic gorilla on the way.
Did you see?
I didn't know. See, now they're like playing Howard Stern. I didn't know that Red Bar had Howard's mic and Jules had Robin's mic. That's fascinating.
Another Blake.
They should bring on like an Artie or somebody. Just do it. Commit to the bit fully. And get like every inch of the Howard Stern show involved.
An example of how they're ripping me off.
But it's fine because Howard Stern is radio. It's not podcasting.
I'm an innovator. No one's ever original anymore. That was obviously a blatant ripoff of me, the king of everything.
And then I realized that the clapping thing that Andy does now is like I think he stole that from Red Bar.
He literally watched all of H3's episodes while he was sick, and I told him, like, dude, you did something, but it's making you sick.
Yeah. You're past the point where you're consuming it ironically. You're like, now you're enjoying H3, and it's poisoning you.
All these YouTubers, just so that they could title a clip so that when it's on YouTube, they can get a ton of clicks. I guess we officially launched the new Red Bar YouTube channel. Every episode gets, like 3 to 5 clips from the show just thrown up there. And yeah, just flooding YouTube with clips so that they could clip it into like a 10-minute clip and make all this money off of it. That's how gross these people are. We just want to get into YouTube's algorithm. The numbers are going into the wrong hands on YouTube.
Hack the algorithm.
Because of these algorithms. You get into that algorithm and you start racking up those numbers, and now you're in that homepage zone on YouTube. People will watch anything. It's what is put in front of them first, right? Where right now it's leading nowhere. I've got the highest one we have is 856 views, 19 dislikes, and pretend it's actually a show when it's really just these two got lucky off that algorithm. Shit, I might have to just change my whole personality, to be honest. Start over. This isn't what people want.
Periscope doesn't really get the blame for the digital litter that it caused. You know, before everybody being able to stream live, it was kind of a different world.
You know, the internet is now filled with what I can only describe as digital litter. Anybody can just do a show.
Red Bar talks about Pod Off.
Wait a second.
Now filled.
Everybody being able to stream live, it was kind of a different world.
You know,
when it's really just these two got lucky off that algorithm. Shit, I might have to just change my whole personality, to be honest. Start over. This isn't what people want.
Periscope doesn't really get the blame for the digital litter that it caused. You know, before everybody being able to stream live, it was kind of a different world.
You know, the internet is now filled with what I can only describe as digital litter. Anybody can just do a show.
Red Bar talks about Pod Awful.
I invented the video camera.
It is a subscriber plaque, one of those plaques that YouTube gives out for hitting 9,000 subscribers. Oh my God, this is an honor. Thank you so much, YouTube.
Gold records, broadcast awards. Okay, we paid for them, but so what? Most people don't know that.
Very weird.
No, you're being easy.
She's Jules turned into Hila Klein.
Yes, that's what he's groomed her into becoming a producer.
Are you okay? Are you crying? Wait, are you crying?
I'm having a rough show.
Yeah.
Oh, sad Mike.
And she's also the person that wipes his ass, cleans his diapers.
He wears diapers?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Are you okay though?
I'm having a little bit of a rough day. So let's just
a lot to adjust to. A lot of new stuff, new impulse.
Well, he's pathetic.
Wow.
Let's just put it like that.
For the number one question that's been on everybody's mind since we've met Hila Klein, and that question is she retarded? Really? Does she have Down syndrome?
The answer is she is retarded. She's a little retarded. She's way too overinvested in her fashion career.
And I remember, that's not my original joke. I remember there was some video criticizing years ago, or if somebody said it.
Your head is empty, woman. This is a podcast for Down syndrome.
Red Bar talks about Pod Awful.
Look at Hila Klein. Have you guys seen how
I mean, that's a little bit of a stretch. Everybody knows she's retarded.
Been dressing? She's really taken some risks there with her wardrobe, and she's really trying to be a really fancy. She's really jumped the shark with this. I'm a fashion designer.
And somebody used the phrase, "Oh, did the show jump the shark?"
Yeah.
A guy who works with me, this guy John Hine, he started that when shows turned bad. Do you still catalog when shows jump the shark?
Oh yeah, all the time.
I'd rather it be something new. All right, I think here we go. What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Hired a drummer.
Yikes.
What?
Wow.
The fuck?
Is this the Late Night Show with Jimmy Fallon or something?
This is embarrassing. I don't like this. The rest of the studio is never going to get used.
He has a gun. He puts it in his mouth.
All right, they're going to do their intro.
Look at smile. He is happy to be here.
Welcome to the show!
All right. So like the whole like copying thing, I feel like we all copy from each other. Let's be honest.
Happy to be here. I'm your host, Jesse. This is Pod Awful. Is Comedy Shaman losing it in chat over that intro? Do you see now why it took me so long to do this episode, by the way? It's a pretty good intro, I think. The whole time I was editing that, I was thinking, Comedy Shaman is going to love. There's going to be
Comedy
one guy
Shaman
who enjoys the 12-minute long intro to this show, and it's Comedy Shaman. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Was he saying good things in chat? I hope so. He says you're witnessing magic to some guy. Yeah, I saw a few good Comedy Shaman comments in there. He was enjoying it. LOL, the Kumia clip, he says. What are other people saying in the chat room right now? Hi, everybody. By the way, I want to be clear about this. This isn't like some big attack episode. I'm not doing a documentary or anything. I just noticed some similarities. That's all. I just thought I saw some funny things. So this isn't an episode where we are, I'm going line by line showing somebody's hypocrisy, all of their little mannerisms.
They're cyberbullying me to death.
It's not that we're just making fun of an old guy trying to be cool. That's it. Okay, that's it. And we're doing it the only way I know how.
See, I don't see how I fit into this. He said I'm a part of this video or this stream. I don't know.
Which is, listen, here's the thing. We've got Red Bar fans, Dite Beasts, I call them. If you don't know about Red Bar is
the
a
universal
show
audience
that I've known for 13 years, and he's known me for 13 years, maybe more.
Wow.
And somebody asked in chat right before the show began, and I will get to know every single person in chat on a personal level. We will be learning about everybody. I saw some people were asking about if they can become a moderator, and you can. You can apply for that on our website. Go to our website, fill out the form. I'll need your SOCH, 3 forms of ID, which is, and by the way, they are all going to Israel. So Ethan and Hila will wind up with those, but we will get to know everybody in chat, all of this stuff. You'll get to know me. I've been learning an instrument. I've been getting better at it, by the way. Okay, prop comedy. That's what the Dite Beasts are here. So you got to do a little bit of prop comedy or they tune out at the very beginning. You buy a thing on Amazon and then they go, woo, woo. So if you don't know about Red Bar, it's a show. All right. And here's what it used to be. It used to be an Opie and Anthony ripoff. You know, he would bring on comedians and they would just bullshit.
Now, I don't want to sound defensive or crazy, but I feel like when it comes to maybe in stand-up, right? In stand-up comedy, it's a little hack to do the whole prop thing. But when it comes to a live stream, I mean, you're basically doing television, right? And TV shows, movies, etc. have props. So I don't really see what the big deal is with prop comedy. You know? Again, I don't want to sound too defensive. It's just a little point that I'm pointing out.
Shit. And then in like 2017, he decided to start making fun of the internet. It was like a brand new concept in 2017. Nobody had tried it before. I don't know what I was doing in all that time. Somebody had asked in the chat room, what's the history there? There's no history. Again, this is an old man. In his mid-40s, he decided, what if I was a fashionista? So now we have to do a show. And I don't know anything about Howard Stern. That intro was very Stern heavy, but I do know that.
How do you not know anything about Howard Stern? You've got his glasses. This dude literally has the same length of hair as Howard, not curly, and also has his glasses, the same glasses that he wore many times.
Everybody else seems to have opinions on this Howard Stern character. And the opinion I always hear from everybody is that he sucks now. That he jumped the shark. He's no longer good. And the thing that they most often cite is like, that some lady took over his show for him and he became woke and he's not edgy anymore. And I always chalk that up to just, a guy gets older. He starts trying to, be more reasonable. He starts reflecting on his life. He starts thinking about all the things he's done. Maybe he feels regretful about making fun of retarded people for 30 years and becoming a multi-millionaire off of it. I don't personally understand that mindset at all. That will never, ever happen to me. We will always be making fun of.
Imagine Jesse in like the 25 years. He's like, man, I love retarded. I love the mentally challenged. I love black people. I love trans people. I don't know what I was thinking.
Retarded people. But then I found out that no, it's not that at all. It turns out Howard Stern decided one day, he used to make fun of celebrities. Then he decided he wanted to be one of them and he wanted to hang out with them. So I just noticed some similarities. I just noticed that the clout chasing was kind of similar. That's all.
It's a nice
funny.
little
It's
scheme.
funny. I don't know. And so the Diabetes are here. They're mad. I saw some mad in the chat. There's no reason to be mad about this.
Is it,
unless you are.
Is it racist? Not racist. Is it, anti-Jewish to say scheme when I wasn't saying it because he's Jewish. I was just saying it is a scheme to be like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to join Hollywood. I'm going to go woke intentionally. I mean, honestly, if you know that he's doing it on purpose and he's doing it to achieve a goal, there's not even that much to hate him for because he's simply being a professional trickster. He's a snake in the water.
Are mind polluted. You can't if you can't look at your guy and see the funny things about him, then maybe there's something wrong with you.
All right, now I will accept that argument. You've got to, look at your guy and see the things that he's done that are silly. Would he accept that about himself? Maybe he would. Maybe he wouldn't. Only the fans of Jesse would tell you, is he willing to be mocked? Is he willing to be made fun of?
Clay is the best character from Howard Stern. Is that Clay Combs, the comedy shaman? I don't know who you mean. As a Dyke Beast, I thank you for adding in the prop comedy. Should we go back to that for a second? Hang on. We just got to keep these guys entertained for a little. It's like jangling keys at a baby. Okay. I am getting better at that. That is the song of my people, in case you were wondering.
What is he playing? A pan flute? What is this?
I hear you're getting older, says Riley. Yeah, exactly. So a guy gets older. Suddenly he wants to be famous. He wants to be friends with everybody. He wants to be liked by everybody. That's a sickness. Where have I heard that before? I don't know. Oh my God. Something happened. Oh, I pressed a button by accident. Everything fucked up for a second. So I don't know. He became a fashionista. And the Dyke Beasts, we call him Dyke. Red Bar wears diapers. All right. If you don't know, it was revealed he wears diapers. This has been confirmed to be a legitimate thing. It wasn't just a joke in passing. I've asked Sven about it. Red Bar had this friend named Sven. I'm going to have to explain a lot here if you're brand new. You know what? Go back. You got to go back. Pot off.
He's got to bring in the universal audience. That's what we're all about here. You got to explain it. You got to make it understood. Sven is, I'll fill you in. Sven is a longtime friend of Red Bar, a guy who, posted stuff, took part in it, in his show for a long time in person and via the, streaming in, Skyping in. So, yeah, that's part of it.
.com. Just go back, figure it all out yourself. We don't have the time. We really don't. I've got a lot to get into here. But the guy starts wearing outfits, you know. Apparently, Mike David, that's Red Bar, he discovered this place called Zoomies. And then he found out.
Hell yeah. I mean, Zoomies it's not the best place because it's better to support local skate shops, you know. Zoomies is kind of, it's good for what it is, which is a corporate skate shop, but it's better to support the small places.
Oh, Zoomies is a store and an online thing. And so he was having to go there in person, and which is a no-no for him, having to go to a place. So then he found out you can buy clothing on the internet.
I like going to Zoomies, though. I will admit it. It's a fun little setup they got.
And he found a place called Online Ceramics. And basically have you ever seen those clothes that cool guys wear? You know, really cool old men wear, where it's like this meta ironic sincerity of the shirt. Like
here's what I don't get though. Like, what are we supposed to do? Are we all supposed to get old and then wear polo shirts and suits? Like, isn't part of living to embrace the tongue-in-cheek silliness of life?
Shirt seems sincere, but the person wearing it makes you go, they're not. That's Online Ceramics. It's like just a design of like a cartoon dog holding up a flower and saying like, why can't we be friends with the trees? And you go, huh? What? So, again, Mike's been wearing new outfits. He's got new outfits on. Let's take a look. If you don't know Mike David, we should get to know him a little bit. Here's Mike and his outfits.
Thank you very much. They love me. They love it. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
You don't have to buy any of them, you know.
Well, I wasn't going to buy any, but still I can congratulate you.
Are you vying for the title of the most pretentious man in the world?
This?
Yes.
I've had this for decades.
It looks like the little drummer boy's funeral. This is what he's wearing in the casket.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can you not hear that? Wait, is that working? Is this on? Okay, yeah.
Is this thing on?
Very funny.
It's Richard Lewis. The joke is it's Richard Lewis. All right. It's a dead corpse of a man. Don't worry about it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait a second. Hang on a second. Guys, welcome back to the moon base, by the way. Remember all this?
Oh.
Yeah, okay. We got a whole show here for you.
All right, so here's a guy criticizing Red Bar for acting too childish. You know? Meanwhile, he's in a video game level. His backdrop is a level in a video game.
But this is crazy. What an exciting episode.
At home because I knew you would just.
Sorry, I'm getting readjusted, resettled in here. So yeah, he's a corpse. Richard Lewis is a corpse. He's a Jewish corpse. Mike David. Do you get it? He's wearing a cool little outfit. All right, anyway, Larry David. I don't know. There was something in there probably somewhere.
That joke would have worked better at home.
I don't know where, but somewhere in there. We can hear it, they say. Oh, thank God. All right, let's open up the blast doors here. Uh-oh. And then we'll do a show. Ladies and gentlemen, the moon base. That's cool, huh? Okay, you can hear it. Thank God. I don't know how this show was working before any of this. Woo, big board, they're saying. Yeah, we got the big board. Public access never looked so good. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. 6 million and one, they say about.
Now, is that a compliment? That's a high value compliment, I guess. To his ears.
Richard Lewis. Hey, it's about to be 6 million and two. That means nothing. Don't worry about what I just said. There's nothing to. Okay. Well, anyway, grab your Dr. Peppers. This is going to be a big one. It's going to be long and big and hard and full of semen.
Wow.
Here's what happened. The
Sexual.
real reason we're doing this episode, again, it's not an attack on the guy. We've got the Dyke Beasts here. The Dyke Beasts, the fans of Red Bar. My problem is with them. I don't mind if, an old Jewish guy tries to lure younger ladies by dressing like a 20-something-year-old Asian kid from.
Is that what he's doing? Is it to appeal to the young girls? I didn't think of this angle. That's a different thing.
The Bronx. That doesn't bother me whatsoever. Oh, you're in your late 30s and you just found out who Kanye West is? That's cool. Nice Yeezys. So that doesn't bother me at all. It's the fans. And I don't hate them. They just stink. They're just stupid. And they support a thing that sucks, that jumped the shark a long time ago. So in my head, the Diet Beasts need to figure out one simple thing. Nobody hates fans of Red Bar more than Red Bar. Not possible. So the best way to make fun of this guy, a guy who is constantly searching how to be cool. He types that into his internet browser, which I don't know what the cool browser is, by the way, but that's the one he's Firefox. Maybe.
Yeah.
You guys,
all the cool people use Firefox.
Let me know. I don't look up cool stuff. I don't care about being cool. I find that the antithesis of funny is cool. There's one guy on Earth who manages to be both, and nobody's going to like my answer about this, but it's true. I am right about this. And it's a guy that another guy,
Sam Hyde or
Stern,
Tim Hyde,
Ethan Klein. These are people that Red Bar is now trying to be. All right. He's made fun of them in the past. He wants to be them. Another guy he's made fun of and now wants to be
Sam Hyde
is the only guy who is both funny and cool.
Hyde.
You're going to hate for this. Just hear me out. It's Gavin McInnes.
They're cyberbullying me to death.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Listen, the guy invented Vice magazine. He invented hipsterdom. That's quote unquote cool. That's the same type of
yeah,
cool.
It's not the best answer. It's not the greatest answer. I would pick Sam Hyde over, Gavin.
That a Diet Beast is trying to be. And he is he is old now too, though. And the one thing he gets wrong is I like Gavin. I think he's very funny. And yes, I liked when he put the thing in his butt. Okay. It was
interesting. All right. So let's just talk about this. He's willing to attack Red Bar for wearing a diaper, but shoving dildos up your ass. There's no material to make fun of there. Okay. All right. Fanboy.
It was funny. You're allowed to laugh at gay stuff. Okay? If you can't laugh at a gay thing,
then you're gay. He's gonna
you're gay.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
Think about that. All right. You might want to just laugh at gay stuff. So a guy tried to put a thing up his butt. So what? I watched that live. I was laughing my head off.
What?
Now, the thing he gets wrong is he's an older.
He fucks himself in the ass on a regular basis. I don't know how often he does it.
Guy, and he's still hanging on to the fact that he was a punk in the 80s, and that you do have to let that go. All right. And Mike does the same thing, by the way. He was a punk in the 90s. Weezer, Green Day, get it?
It was the 90s.
I'm a princess, I'm retarded, don't know how I just sharded. My diaper is full now. I'm turning one knob now. Cut to me, Jules. So nobody hates Red Bar fans more than Red Bar. And there's no better way to get at the guy to make him realize how gay he's being than to show him his fans to his face. Pod Awful is the only show that covers other shows' fans. I invented this thing called Pod Awful's Watching You.
Wow.
You might have noticed it in the theme song of the show. We'll talk about that more a little bit later. But yeah,
bring in the people.
We're watching the fans of shows. We're watching everything. It's the internet. The whole thing is a playground. It's not just about the shows. And if you put yourself out there, particularly you put yourself on public,
the internet is a playground. You heard it here first.
Profiles, you make yourself available for critique, commentary, criticism. I put myself out there for it, and it happens. People say stuff about
me. Is that not cringe to say the internet is a playground?
Me. One guy
got really, really mad that I had Mike's old friend Sven host my show for me. And you may remember that I had a different YouTube channel. Not that long ago, I had a YouTube channel, and then it went, bye-bye. Bye. Love you too. And that was it. It was gone.
All right.
And it turns out a guy took credit for it, and the guy who took credit for it is a Dite Beast. He's one of Red Bar's fans. So I just want to be very clear about what I'm going to do here now. We're going to go over this guy, which you might not think is even an option, a choice.
All right,
but yeah,
let's
you can
hear
do
it.
that.
Yeah.
You can talk about a guy who puts his stuff out there publicly. So these names are all part of a public Facebook forum. Red Bar uses Facebook because
No,
Red Bar.
I don't know if I like the insinuation that Facebook is public. It's not really public. It's kind of sort of private, you know. Like when you post something on Facebook, it's not visible unless you have a Facebook account and you're in that group.
Art is ancient because Red Bar is the crypt keeper. Honestly, Richard Belzer probably had it easier than Mike David. So I just want to be clear, and we're not going to cover anything that is hidden, anything that is private info. But the end result of this episode will be that this guy or someone like him, someone that uses Red Bar to feel cool because one time Ice Spice heard about it. I can't get over Ice Spice.
Do people really use Red Bar to feel cool? That's kind of, look, I like Red Bar. I enjoy it. I watch it. But I never thought like, hey, I'm going to go out in the world and tell people, hey, I listen to Red Bar because they're going to think it's cool.
I only found out what Ice Spice was like half a year ago. And the way I found out was that it turns out somebody clipped a thing where Red Bar was talking about Ice Spice. I thought I was like, oh, great. He's going back to making fun of Down syndrome people. This is great. This is a return to form. This is pre-Jump the Shark Red Bar. It turns out she's like famous. She's somehow, I don't know if it's like one of those jokes. Is it like when in a movie they take the ugliest girl in school and try to humiliate her by making her the prom queen? Everybody's pretending she's hot. She has a red Ronald McDonald afro, and everyone's like, yeah, no, it looks really good. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she's actually excellent. I don't. What does she sing?
Okay, wishy-washy.
Is she a singer or a rapper? Never heard any of her music. All I know is that Ice Spice is very important to, young hip guys like Mike David. So everything we're covering here, 100% public, 100% legal to cover. All right. I have to say that because
legal.
This guy is going to try to take this episode down. I'm probably going to lose my YouTube channel over this entire thing.
Again?
And I don't care. Won't be the first time. Won't be the last time. We'll just start a new season and go again.
Wow.
Thing is, we might lose this episode. So you should be recording this episode. You can restream this episode.
So
this is what I was telling everybody right before the show. Like, make sure.
So I'm confused. So he's not worried about losing the channel, but he's worried about losing the episode. Wouldn't he have it backed up? Like, I don't understand.
You can stream this to your own channel. I don't care. Upload it, download it while it's live. Do whatever you want with this show. Because it's
like me right now.
It's time to pollute the net.
With litter.
Digital litter.
Digital
it's a
litter.
phrase I invented years ago. It's
Robin. Isn't that the thing Howard's made fun of for? Is like, that
actually one of the themes of Pod Awful. And then some other people found out about it this year. And I've been railing against digital litter. The entire Mersh effect, the whole point of that was this digital litter concept where everybody can go live now. Now nothing is special. There are no shows. There are only streams. All of this stuff. These are all concepts that I've been railing against for a while now. and it's an unwinnable situation. Like, we can't just sit here and try to fight against it, sit against the wind.
I have autism. I can't help it.
They're saying pollute the net in chat. Yeah, so here's the thing, is everybody's littering. You ever been in a Chicken Bones neighborhood? You know, you ever been in a certain demographic of neighborhood? Chinese
people.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to be racist here at all. All right. I was going to try to dance around a racial top. Everybody makes fun of low income black neighborhoods for being littered with chicken bones. The Chinese don't get it enough.
Do they?
Have you ever been to Chinatown in New York City? Look in the subway. They think that the train tracks is the trash can. That's the dump to them. Train track, landfill, whatever. The train will just take care of it. It just runs over it. Banana peel. You got to watch out. Sometimes when you ride the train through Chinatown, you end up getting a giant blue shell come. If you're too fast, it stops you. So make sure you pick a power. All right. Anyway, so this episode might get taken down. There's nothing we can do about it. All of these people are littering the internet. We are going to enter the data wars here very soon. All right. We now exist in a world where the content is made by AI and it's being watched by AI. Everybody on Twitter, I follow a lot of artists on Twitter. They're all panicking over AI taking over, the posts. The AI is going to take over your content. AI is going to take over your whole feed. That's not what you should be worried about. The AI will take over you as just the guy looking at it. And it already has. All the numbers are fake. So if everybody's throwing banana peels down on the train track, the very least we can do is throw a few shinier ones down on top of it. Pollute the net.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
So I lost my YouTube channel. I had no idea what had happened. And then about a month in, somebody sends me this in the Red Bar Facebook group. A bunch of people are celebrating my channel getting taken down. Strange. Why? Is it beer jewels? That's different.
You know what?
ERNT.
This isn't even like a fanboy like sticking up for Red Bar. I am getting into him saying different. I like the retardedness of it. I like the fact that it isn't the way you should say it. Different. Isn't that different? Think different. It's just funny. I don't know.
Cut to me. So this guy, Zach Zoda, says, I guess this means for once Red Bar isn't watching. No one is. Oh, well. I actually like that comment a lot because it's saying exactly what I'm always saying, which is when people show up in the chat and say Red Bar's watching, I go, yeah, I know. Red Bar's watching. Pod awful. I know. It's very obvious sometimes. So I like that comment. I wasn't mad about that. Someone says that's what he gets for letting Ethan Ralph host sober. Here's the one that got me. This guy here at the bottom is named Ryan Kelly. And Ryan Kelly, public profile, public post, says, you're welcome, everyone. Top contributor, by the way. One of the top contributors. You're welcome, everyone. No thanks required. Just doing the Lord's work. Now, I'm not a crazy person.
Defending Red Bar, that's the Lord's work.
First took that to be a joke. I mean, number one, I took one look at him and went, nah, come on, man. Look at this guy.
Look, he looks like a sweet little boy. Come on. He's wearing a Vaporwave jacket or shirt,
So imagine you're Mike David. You are, everything in the world is about you being cool. That's the only thing you care about. This is your top contributor. This is your top guy. Mr. Vaporwave. And by the way, beautiful hips. A man after my own hips. They don't like a BMW guy. This is a Merc.
All right, that's weird. Vaporwave and BMW. That is more of a Merc fan than a Red Bar fan.
So you've got a Mersh guy here. He's wearing Vaporwave. I mean, what? This is me if I cut my hair. There's like no difference, basically, physically.
Wait, then why does he hate him? They should be good friends.
Me and this guy. That's bad. You don't want that. This is. You start getting weird vibes looking at something like this. I think he might even be wearing a Red Bar shirt under this hideous Mac OS shirt. I mean, jacket he's got on. So, but this is what I'm talking about. These are Dyke Beasts, right? So I took this comment he said as a joke, Ryan Kelly. This is nothing real. Come on.
Come on, yo.
But he confirmed it. I thought that he was like just talking shit. No one else ever took the blame for this, and he kept taking the blame for it. So if he was lying, if this was a joke, I've given him every opportunity to clear this up for months, and he's only tripled, quadrupled, whatever. He's doubled down 100 times, whatever that means.
All right.
So here, and again, these are public.
See, this is a little. Do you have to show the kids?
Public posts. I'm not trying to show anything here, but these are public posts. Here's Ryan Kelly. Here's his public profile. I'm just showing you that his profile was public, that we could see it. All right. He's got a beautiful family.
We don't need to see the family. Let me skip that. Okay.
Out of it. You wouldn't want to say anything bad about the kids.
Okay.
Or else something bad.
You know, it's just like, look, I know he's always like, Jesse's an edgy guy. I get it. You know, when you're the edgiest guy on YouTube, which he does see himself as, I got to admit, you know, you got to go after the innocent children who did nothing, had nothing to do with it. You know, for a guy who hates autistic people, he sure does some retarded shit.
Cool heat. Oh, suddenly it's getting drafty in here. So this is who you've got wearing your merch that you pretend you put all this effort into, that you acted. You're just buying the same crap available to anybody else and selling it, and you're pretending like you went to the lengths. You went to Nepal to source these Egyptian cottons that they can only grow on the top of.
What Podawful has in showmanship, he lacks in moral decency. You know, Mersh might not be the best presenter, but he wouldn't do this kind of shit.
Of a mountain, they're perfect. The thread count, you wouldn't believe the thread count in my shitty dad hat. And by the way, if all of that was true, who cares? It's ending up on this guy's head. This stack of meat's head. Okay, so this is a Red Bar guy. She is a massive Red Bar ham planet. They're saying in the chat room the diameter on that Dyke Beast. Okay, so everybody gets it. By the way, why do all Dyke Beasts look like Hostbusters? Every single one of them just looks like this. We did a whole Dyke Beast episode on Hostbusters. I thought for a second I was like, oh my god, this is Hostbuster reported my channel. He got me again. He got me back for that episode. You know what? Tit for tat. I couldn't even be mad. And then it turns out it's a different guy somehow. I don't know how, but it's somehow. If I mix these up real quick. All right, close your eyes real quick. Okay, is this Hostbuster or the other guy, Ryan? Can you even tell? Close your eyes. Which one is it? You don't know, do you? No, it was actually I don't know either. So all right, so this is Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly, the Dyke Beast. Let's get to know Ryan Kelly a little bit. What kind of guy is he? Well, here's his public likes on Facebook. He's into the North Carolina State Board of Elections. He's part of the Progressive Caucus of the North Carolina Democratic Party. Progress North Carolina Action, North Carolina Democratic Party. Okay, so he's a lefty kind of guy. No big deal. That's fine. His wife is also something of a lefty. Here's her post. Her name's Fiona, by the way. So Fiona Kelly. It says, I got my first ever gun today. Now that's, when you hear a lefty gets a gun, that's terrifying, right? I got my first ever gun today, DC-9. Watch out. If there's a Christian school nearby, evacuate. Post pics of your favorite firearm or the first gun you've ever had. Whatever speaks to you most. P.S. I'm a flamboyant liberal queer, and my more... I read that. You know what? I tried to get through that sentence like that was completely normal. I attempted to do it. I'm a flamboyant liberal queer. Are you sure you should be posting? Like, you want your whole... It's Facebook. Your family's going to know now. You're supposed to hide that somewhere inside a closet and a shoebox somewhere. And my more right friends feel like they have converted me and are ecstatic. Maybe they're right a bit. It's not likely, though, but I'll just let them think that because I love my friends. And then she bought this gun. So she's not, she's queer because this is what makes a woman queer, by the way. Her hair is a different color now. So, at one point she had human colored hair, and now she's got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze hair. And she also bought this gun that is, I believe it's styled to match the trans flag. So again, watch, if you have ever once professed a love for Jesus Christ, well, guess what? You're about to get to meet him. Good job. Hey, all right. Hey, that's fun for you. Good day, man. If you're worried like me, then you might be one of Fiona's own friends and family. Because here's one of them saying, I don't feel confidently about you owning a handgun. To which Fiona says, that's pretty fucked up. I don't know why anyone would feel more confident about you owning one, for instance. It would be one thing if you said you don't feel confident about anyone owning one. In this case, you are very clearly implying that there is something about me which would make it unsafe. And that is so incredibly ridiculous. I don't know where to begin. But I guess, first of all, what makes you think that I have the authority to say that someone that passed the background checks to buy a firearm and who immediately registered it is asking for safety pointers would be unsafe for using a gun? I'm fully expecting any answer you have to be completely offensive. There's the word. And inappropriate and based on wild assumptions, but please continue. Okay, that's Fiona. We're just getting to know her. Now, I told you, I was very nice about this. I assumed Ryan Kelly was joking about taking down my YouTube channel. So I messaged him. I showed him a screenshot of what he said. And I said, hey, man, I'm going to be nice and give you the chance to apologize to me personally and make a post apologizing just in case you were joking. Okay. Now, there was a problem. Ryan did not respond to me. So I had to let him know I was being very serious about needing this apology. I did a little research, and it turns out Fiona, his wife, this is what makes her a public figure. Fiona Kelly, Fiona McCrossan, as she was known at the time, is a meme. So this says, this was the case with Fiona, the subject of our story, who uploaded a picture of herself and her new gun on the Facebook group DC9. Remember what we were just reading 2 seconds ago? It turns out that's going to be important here in a second. And arrogantly defending her safe personality and suitability for gun ownership, at the same time being, in her own words, a flamboyant liberal queer. Whatever her political views have got to do with anything. Right from the start, the whole situation raised concerns for people who knew Fiona and expressed their doubts about her gun purchase. And sadly, now these guys get to say, I told you so. So what happened? Well, Fiona became newsworthy. So we're now covering newsworthy content here. So I sent Ryan Kelly my findings. Here's my message to him saying, all you got to do is apologize and say you were joking. And this time I sent along with it a screenshot of his wife's mugshot. Okay. Woman suspected of firing handgun during road rage incident in Las Cruces. And suddenly Ryan became unavailable to message on Messenger. I thought that was odd. I couldn't believe it. What happened? Oh, no, he must have deleted his app by mistake. His phone exploded. He was in the Challenger disaster or something. He warped through. He took a warp pipe. He's now in level 8, and I got to catch up. So here's a headline. I got my first ever gun today. And a picture of Fiona and her mutant hair. Woman posts pic with her first gun, boasting of her safe personality. Regrets it a few weeks later. Woman suspected of multiple articles about this man's wife. And again, she was part of this. She confirmed she was part of this. Woman suspected of firing handgun during road rage incident in Las Cruces. There's her mugshot. As you can see, she's actually taller than Mike David. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. Congrats. She's 5'7". That is officially taller than Mike David. That's pretty good. She looks pretty liberal and queer in this mugshot too. A road rage incident on Thursday resulted in gunfire and the arrest of the woman suspected of discharging a handgun. All right, so let's read that article. Let's get to know her a little bit better. This says, you have to be pretty careful about the things you say on social media, as so many people have found out to their cost. Your past comments can be dug up and used against you. Actually, hang on a second. Let's put her. Yeah, we want her right there while we read this story. Your past comments can catch up to get you. Fiona, the subject of our story, who uploaded a picture of herself with a gun and arrogantly defended her safe personality. Well, it turns out mere weeks after Fiona's purchase, she got into a world of trouble. And you can scroll below to see how it panned out. Okay, will do. Thank you, The News. This is a gun mystery. Doing a gun mystery. All right, so they've got screenshots of all that stuff we've seen. The incident occurred on the streets of Las Cruces, New Mexico. A young woman and her 13-year-old sister were driving up. So, okay, this involves teens. A young woman and her 13-year-old sister were driving up to an intersection when another car, driven by Fiona, approached and began honking at them. Uh-oh. Clown World, anybody? Clown World? See a guy with bozo's hair pull up next to you and start honking his horn, waving a gun. You know you're in trouble. They didn't even have to know she was a flamboyant liberal queer. Instantly, they could just sense something was amiss. Okay, so what happened? Driven by Fiona, approached and began honking at them. According to a post by Las Cruces Police Department, both vehicles turned north and both drivers engaged in aggressive driving. It was at this time, after an episode of reckless driving, that Fiona, for reasons unknown, this says, fired a gun at the other vehicle through her own rear windshield. Yay! That's psycho. Okay, if you're shooting, like, she didn't even roll the window down to do this, and she was ahead of them. Like, it is really hard to be the bad guy in a road rage incident in front, you know? I guess in a tailgating situation, sure. So Fiona then fled the immediate area, but was located a short while later at an apartment, the police reported. She was taken into custody for aggravated assault. This is an attempted murderer. She shot at a 13-year-old. The children. The children is where me personally, I draw the line. This is a newsworthy story. She was taken into custody for aggravated assault, and police located a spent 38 caliber shell casing inside Fiona's Mazda. Police also recovered the handgun Fiona is believed to have used. So they stole her gun. She only had it for weeks, and then they took her gun from her for good. Thank you, the police. Whew. We salute our law enforcement. We love our cops, our law enforcement. I used to be a doctor, but now my resume says flamboyant liberal queer, says crunchy cynicism. Yeah. That's a nice thing to have on your resume. You'll definitely get hired just about anywhere with that one. Okay, so where were we? All right, so here's Fiona. So now Ryan Kelly is really mad because he now knows that I now know about his big fat wife shooting at a child, which is no good for him. So what he does is he decides to go and tell the Dyke Beasts that actually it is me who is mad. Now, I'm mad. Of course I'm mad. I lost my YouTube channel. It was tough. That stinks. But I'm not shoot a gun at a child mad. So he posts this. He says, Jesse PS is angry at me. This little meme of me mad. They couldn't find an actual image of me mad. They had to draw in my anger. They had to telestrate my anger. And then some other guy says, you made him mad. And then post my tweet where I tweeted out this info about Fiona. Now, I was doing that as a public service. I didn't want, just in case there were any, I don't know, let's say 13-year-old Mexican girls just driving around town. I didn't want Fiona. Fiona's a danger. They got to put out a liberal queer alert, a turquoise alert. You know, there's a amber alert, a silver alert, and a rainbow flag alert. So Ryan Kelly says he's so bad at blackmail, he does everything he can to get arrested, but for nothing that can threaten me. I don't even know what he means. He's like losing his mind over this whole thing. So then he makes another post in there. Now, keep in mind, most of the Facebook group has no idea what's going on. They don't know what he's talking about. This is like a bizarre guy to them that they, you know, even though he's a top contributor, most of them don't even know this dude. He says, imagine, this is crazy. Imagine living in New York State or Michigan and saying out loud, smoking weed and drinking is bad. We could take all day. We could have the next million years of the chat trying to explain to me that sentence, and I will never understand what it means. He seems to think I live in New York State and Michigan, and that, and though, like, as if Michigan, it's like basically Michigan, Colorado, and Jamaica, man, the capital of the world for the Irie. Smoke that bleach. There is no damage I can do to Jesse that hasn't already been done. And then, this is the craziest part. Instead of posting a video of like Red Bar talking shit about me, he posts a clip from the Angie's Random Edits channel, Pod Awful Savage Clips, of me making fun of Red Bar. Like the worst prank call that Red Bar ever did. It was like absolute dog shit. So then somebody says, yeah, this guy is so mad, and posts another screenshot of one of my tweets about Fiona. And he says, why is he saying your wife shot people? And Ryan Kelly says, same reason he says Mike is in a diaper. Oh, because it's true. Michigan is a lake. The state is long forgotten, they say. Yeah, the worst thing you can compare this to is the Mike diaper situation. That's true. So you're just saying your wife did shoot at, I mean, that is true. It's reported in the New York Times or whatever. So then Ryan goes on to try to defend his wife. He says, nope, she never shot people. that would be defamation, legally actionable. Oh, really? Well, let me just ask my lawyer about that. Did that even work? It didn't pick up any of that, did it? Hang on.
Defamation only if it's not true.
Thank you, Nick Ricada. Okay, so I don't think you know how defamation works, Ryan. So he says that's illegally actionable. Then this guy replies, so she is just an attempted murderer. And then a guy called Eric Wood says, and failed. How cringe. Then Ryan says, nope, another defamation from you, though. And then Ryan says, never mind. I looked at your profile. It's only Jesse P.S. dick sucking. You even know who Dick Masterson is. You have posted libel. FYI.
I have autism. I can't help it.
And then Ryan says, I finally saw his lossless stream. I was on These stream. Lossless. I was on his stream and we talked about some of this stuff. He said, they say in plain English, this is just because I enjoy Red Bar and they have some weird personal issues with Mike. Nobody said that. My weird personal issue is with you, the guy who took down my YouTube channel. But now he's got to rewrite history because his wife is an famous,
I'm not sure why they were trying to get me in the VC tonight. I guess they value my opinion. No, I really have no idea. So, yeah.
Famous, and please do share this show. A now famous attempted murderer of a child, which is where we draw the line.
Oh,
clapping! I invented this.
Oh, he does
no
draw
one
the
clapped
line
before me. Screams.
So he does draw the line.
So then this guy Brandon Mueller.
To be very clear, Jesse will insult and publicly show your child. He just won't murder them. You know, that's like a guy who's like, look, I'll rape a woman, I'll beat her up, but I won't murder her.
Says, well, I think it's because you made a bunch of comments about reporting his channel and he saw them, at least the Jesse part. Like, you got to see that, man. You have to. You were a little naive, went buck, and now you have a wild bunch of meth heads coming after you.
You can't go buck. If there's one thing that I know, is that going buck is a no-no. I don't even know what it means, but I'm again it.
Hang on a second. So they're Dyke Beast. We're the meth heads. That's basic math, he says. All right, well, you know, reasonable. Brandon Mueller, a longtime fan of Red Bar, and even longer time fan, by the way, secret fan of Pod Awful. He secretly likes all of my tweets on Twitter now that they're private. You can't see it, but he does do it. He says, no one here likes Jesse. He's lying, of course. And it's not because of Red Bar allegiance. Really? That's a meme. Fandom here is a meme. So this is you're in an ironic fan group. Is that what I'm led to believe here? This is the new, now that they have a name, when you give a thing a name, it's like, it's powerful. That's
when you give a man a day,
to give a thing a name.
Shit.
We gave these guys the name Dyke Beast, and now they don't even want to be fans of Red Bar. They're acting as though it's ironic. This is another top contributor. This guy, like, you will hear Mike mention this guy's name on the show, and he's like, I'm not actually a fan of Red Bar. That's something I say as a joke at parties. That's something I tell Ice Spice so that she'll laugh. He says, which is why you probably aren't getting any support here, because no one is taking any of this seriously. It's just a big, messy, stupid show that you are unfortunately involved in. Well, if you're involved in it, you made yourself involved in it. So here's another guy. This is another big-time Red Bar guy. I'm sorry, another ironic.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like some of this stuff kind of applies to Jesse, but he don't see it.
Iconic fan of Red Bar, this guy called Xander Mack. Now the group has turned against him. Now I like to be fair. Fair is fair.
He's stern but fair.
If the Diet Beasts are reasonable, you know, we're not just going to cover the insane ones. It's mostly the insane ones. It turns out there's two types of fans of Red Bar: insane
and
losers and ironic fake fans, which I'm perfectly fine with.
What about cool ass motherfuckers named HB?
So this guy Xander Mack says Ryan Kelly admitted to getting Jesse PS's YouTube channel banned. Then he got butt hurt. This man is saying, Ryan, that you got hurt inside
your anus,
of your butt. That's great. Like, if somebody said that about me, I would force them to apologize. All right. Then he got butt hurt because Jesse started trolling him in response. Next, he comes here thinking that we will all rally behind him. So I call him retarded because, well, this is only the behavior a retard is capable of. And Ryan's response is to block me. Don't be like Ryan. Then this guy Calvin says, I must have been blocked ages ago because I can't see any of this. Now, slowly, the thread is unraveled, and everybody starts finding out that this Ryan guy is so crazy and so fearful of being judged by the other Diet Beasts that he has pre-blocked them all. Most of the people in this group, even though he's a top contributor, he posts in there more than anybody. Most of them can't even see his posts. This guy is just yelling down a hallway. And then Mike said that Jules was going to live in a cage, and then... So this person says, so if he blocked you, Xander, does that mean he can't see this post at all? Correct. Before I saw this post, he said this on my post. Danny was the only comment, so confirmed blocked, but he wants people to believe they are blocking him and not the other way around. So then he starts lying to everybody and saying they're blocking him, as if they don't know, as if you don't know as a human being which way the blocking happened. So now Brandon Mueller says, I'm debating calling. Okay, so now we're going to have to cover some of this in a pod after show. We'll do that after the show tonight.
Wow, he's got a whole industry going. I
called Ryan a few times. A few people called Ryan a few times. We were just trying to get this whole thing straight. You know, we're just trying to iron out all the wrinkles here. And Ryan started spastically posting our phone numbers in the Red Bar Facebook group. So we'll cover that in the after show. But this guy says, I'm debating calling the Jesse number so I can get the whole story. Ha ha ha. So effing silly. To all new people, yes, everyone you harass is also in here, either under an alt or through some type of fan spy. So assume what you write is being seen and make it good. And then Xander says, I have spoken to a few elders of the group, and it seems he has been quietly amassing a BBG block list. BBG is the Facebook group that numbers in the dozens. He has dozens of the top guys blocked in this group. So again, the fans who pretend to like Red Bar are, of course, reasonable people. That's the reasonable way to be in life, is like you're just pretending to like Red Bar. It's a joke to you. This is where it gets really good. Gabriel Rogers says, watch what you say about Ryan Kelly. His wife is a flamboyant liberal queer who is armed and dangerous. If someone could screenshot this and send it to Ryan, I want him to know. I think him and his wife are really cool, and I'm not like the others. Please. I don't want to be gunned down by a trans man with a Fortnite gun. And then he posted
the mugshot and the stories about Fiona and her crimes.